Hi, it's Mr. Reisky, and this is our second video on Lesson 4, Numerics. Okay, uh, we've briefly looked at the arithmetic operators. Okay, haven't stressed them. Don't think you've had any arithmetic on your quizzes yet. I don't think so. Concatenation on strings looks like addition, but it's called concatenation. The arithmetic operators are plus for addition, and the dash for subtraction, the asterisk, the shifted 8 key for multiplication, and the fraction bar, which is the question mark key, unshifted, for division. That's the 4 common arithmetic operators that you know all about. You've been dividing and timesing, adding and subtracting for years and years. But there is a 5th arithmetic operator, in just about every programming language I've ever taken. I think it's in every one. And that is the percent sign, which stands for modulus. Modulus. Okay? When you mastered long division back around 5th grade, you mastered getting quotients and remainders. For example, when your teacher asked you what 20 divided by 6 was, then you wrote down on your paper that it's 3 with a remainder of 2, right? 3 times 6 is 18. That's not quite 20. There's 2 left over. That's the remainder. Well, the remainder is what modulus stands for. That's what modulus is. So when I go out.println 20 modulus, percent sign, modulus 6, then on the screen I'm going to get just the remainder part. We're going to see here a 2. Let's compile. Good. Run it. And there's that 2 on the screen because that's the remainder of the long division 20 divided by 6. Again, you know, you mastered this just before middle school or right around the start of middle school, probably before. Okay, long division. Now, be careful with some of these. Sometimes we lose our decimals if we have ints at least. If we go out.println 20 divided by 4, that's not going to be a surprise. We're going to see 5 on the screen. 20 divided by 4 is 5. But if I go out.println 20 divided by 6 again, well, 20 is an integer and 6 is an integer. When we do arithmetic with integers, the result is going to be an integer. So the answer is not perhaps what we expect. We expect to get something like 3.333 in the screen, but that's not what we're going to get. Let's compile it and run it. And you see, we don't get 3.333. We just get the 3. We don't get the decimals when our arithmetic does not include decimals. If I do out.println 100 divided by 40, then you'd expect to get, let's just make it a little simpler. Let's go 10 divided by 4, just in case we're not super gifted at arithmetic. Out.println 10 divided by 4. You expect to get 2.5. but we're not. There's no decimals involved here. It's just integers. That 10 is an integer. That 4 is an integer. Our result of our integer math is going to be 2. Compile it and run it. And there's the 2 and not the 2.5 we thought we might get. Okay? This is not going to be a problem with addition, subtraction, or timesing because there's no decimals expected. Like 20 times 4, that's just 80. 20 minus 6, that's just 14. 10 minus 4, that's just 6. 10 times 4, that's 40. But with division, it can be very, very tricky, and to the inexperienced programmer who's very good in math, they'll be surprised if they don't practice this a little bit. Thanks for listening to my second video on Lesson 5.